Episode 3 of the Dock Road Diaries. So, for anyone that doesn't know, it's not actually called the Dock Road, it's actually called Regent Road, but it's always been known in Liverpool as the Dock Road. Anyway, we're moving a little bit further on. This is episode 3. If you haven't seen the first 2 episodes, we're starting at Miller's Bridge and working our way up towards town. Anyway, just as I was coming over Miller's Bridge, which was my way in to the Dock Road, or to Regent Road, as I was coming over, I seen a boat that's in, or a ship that's in, with a bit of cargo on. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to stop there just before I go down the Dock Road / Regent Road. Anyway, you can't see it here. I'm on Seymour Street, or Seymour Road, I think it's called. And it's where you turn down Miller's Bridge and go left up to the Dock Road. This is actually turning right. And I think this is like one of the entries to the port here. So you can't see much here. I've just pulled up, as I say, out the way. But I want to get the drone up now. So I'm going to stop waffling, as I always say. And let's get the drone up. So let's get this started. Anyway, here we are. And there's the ship there. So I don't know what that is. But you can see there straight away there's some cargo on the back. Some lorries. And then you've got all your lorries there as well on the side. So I don't know if they're being loaded or unloaded. Let's see if we can see a bit of that going on. Look at all that there. I haven't actually seen this side of the port. So I'll definitely have to take this up higher. Zoom that right out. Let's take this up well higher. Let's see how big it is. So I'm at 35 metres now. Just going up, and I'll roll that down. Oh yeah, well this is interesting. I haven't seen it. Max altitude reached. Max altitude at 120 metres here. Oh yeah, this is interesting. What's that? Is that like a railway line? Is it an old disused railway line? Let's zoom in, or a track to move things a lot easier. Let's see that. Roll that up. Where does that lead to? Yeah, look where that track leads to there, right along the front. Hey, tell you what, I don't know if you think I'm sad or not, but proper interesting this. What's going on here? All that there's more scrap. You'll have seen that in episode 2. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. And as I say, there's 2 other episodes on the channel already of the Dock Road Diaries, I'm calling them. We can see Seafort Docks there, the red cranes, the famous, iconic red cranes. So let's just roll this round here and down and have a look at this ship. Now, there's a wagon there going somewhere. So, just to your left there, that's Cargill's. So that's episode 1, what we done over that there. An oil refinery. There is, look at the size of that. Massive. And then episode 2. See all that scrap there in the middle of the Dock Road. I think the sun's not helping there, like, but we've got all that scrap. Oh yeah, something's going on, something's coming off. Hey, look at that. Bit of action on Sunday the 16th of November. So we've touched lucky here again with a bit of sun. It's as I say, we've got the November weather mostly at the minute, and it's hard to get out with the drone. Yeah, something going on top of the boat. Right, let's get a different angle on this here. That's what we want. Look at that. Looking glorious in the sun. Just realised as well, I'm chewing a chewy, so if it sounds horrible on the video, I do apologise. So I'm right over Cargill's here. Got a good view of that there. think I'll start coming back towards the boat. As I say, we've touched lucky with the weather here. It's not windy whatsoever, so I'm able to get a little bit further out than the other two videos. But the two videos, if you haven't watched them, I nearly lost my drone. It was that windy down the front. But I'm just here. I'll put a little marker on the video. So that's Miller's Bridge there. That's where I come down. As I say, I was there when I spotted this ship down here. So I've came down and parked up. Just to have a little nose at what's going on there. So what's on there? Oh yeah, let's see if he takes something off here. Looks like he's reversing up to take something off, doesn't he? Spin us round. Is there another one coming in? He's going to reverse in and take another one. These all coming off. How does it get out? It's just like a big ramp, this, isn't it? Like Bootle Strand. Yeah, it's like Bootle Strand on a ship. You just go up and down. I tell you what, that must take some going, that though, to get a big wagon like that off. Because you'll have to come down, there's the big U-turn there, and go down there. You must have to just keep doing that. I tell you what, it fascinates me, this, and you might think I'm sad, but I don't care. Look, there it is, there's the ship going. There's the ship going. The wagon going. Let's watch this in all its glory. Let's get a little bit higher. See how this happens. Look at that there. And then straight down. I assume it does it again on the inside, unless it's only a one floor. You probably see that coming out the back now. So this one here, is this one doing anything? Is this being attached? We go down the back and see if we can see it coming out. Is that it? No way. Look at that. Mad. I don't know why it's mad, but it's mad. Should we follow it? Let's see where it goes. Again, I apologise if you can hear me chewing. I've got a chewy and I've only just realised that you might be able to hear it loud and clear on the mic. Oh yeah, look, and then there's the second one going. Try and catch them both in action. Oof. What's he done there? Can he do that? Is he gonna get off? Is that too tight? Keep an eye on him up in the back there, see where he's going. Let's move this out and back. Oh. That's the way we, oh, that's why he's stopped, because there's a wagon coming up. Go back.
Max altitude reached.
So that max altitude is just so we can try and keep him up in the top right hand corner where he's going at the same time. He's coming out. Where's he off there? Where can he go? Miles away. Tell you what, he's only going to come out, isn't he, the one on the boat, and follow him. Looks like he's stopped. Where's the second fella? Is he out yet or what? Here he is. There's another one coming as well. He must have been on one of the other floors already. We see him, there he is up there going over that little bridge thing. Let's zoom in and move him up there. I assume he's going to turn right. Follow them down there to wherever he's going to go. So if anyone works on the docks that's watching this and knows what's happening, where this ship's come from. Yeah, is that one even? Yeah, they've gone up there. If anyone knows where the ship's come from and then where these all end up, let me know, drop it in the comments, gives a bit of engagement. I wonder if these are all waiting to be picked up, or these have all been unloaded, or they're waiting to go back to wherever, to get put on the ship and go back to wherever they've come from. There's a few other things that could go on the ships and go back to wherever they've come from, but we'll save that for another day. So what we're going to do now, let me spin the camera and I'll show you where we're going. So we're going to bring the drone down and then we're going to head up over there so you can see the S Norton Bridge, which is just there. So we're going to go a little bit past that today and see what we can get. As you can see there, the Liverpool skyline looks posh. You've got the Hill Dickinson Stadium there. Tobacco warehouse further down, and then the Liverpool skyline. In the city centre, at the two cathedrals over there, the St John's Beacon. But yeah, bring the drone in now, I think, and head up that way. Right, so we're off to a flyer there, getting a bit of action down at the docks with the unloading there of the ship. So as I was coming further down, as I say, we're making our way into town. Episode 2, you'll have seen where I've been at some like scrap metal site. Someone told me in the comments, I can't remember what it is, but I think it's scrap metal anyway. As we're coming down, there's a ship that's in, or a boat. I don't know what determines whether it's a ship or a boat, but there's I'm going to call it a boat. There's a boat here and it's unloading all the, it's not actually the scrap metal, it looks like mud and dirt to be honest, but let me spin the camera around. And you see a bit of action there going off, so I thought I'm going to have to stop here and watch this. So I'm going to get the crane up. No, I'm not. I'm going to get the drone up. That's because I can see about 5 cranes here. I'm going to get the drone up and have a little watch of this in action from the sky. All the birds are after me drone. Ah! All the birds are after me drone. Well, that was quite weird, that. So look at the big cloud there, so it's gone a little bit cloudy here. You'll hear a bit of noise in the background. Because of this boat itself is in operations. Well, let's have a look at it from the sky. All the birds are chasing me drone, and that was mad, that. You might have seen them on the camera. I wasn't watching the camera, I was looking at it in the sky, but they seem to have moved away. Let's go and have a look at what this crane's up to over here. Watch it. This has got, hang on, but this weren't here the other week, so it must be unloading it. Because when did this turn up? No, he's lifting that up. Can't be lifting that up with that grabber, surely. It's like one of them things out the arcades where you don't win anything. Bit of action here. What is it? Let's see what it is. I don't know what that is. Where's it getting loaded into, this? No smoking, no naked flames. Let's zoom out and I'll try and take it over the boat. As I said, you'll have noticed that I've called these boats and ships, and I keep differentiating. No, I don't. I keep alternating what I'm saying. So you're just gonna have to bear with me. I'll get that up now. That's at 90 meters high, so that's well out the way. let's have a little look. Let's see what's going on over this crane here. Over this boat. No, not even calling them boats and ships now, I'm calling them cranes. And you roll up, there's more piles there. So yeah, so coming back to the video, what's this that's being loaded onto the ship or the boat? See, it looks smaller, like it's being ground down a lot more than like that pile there and that pile over there as well. Is that what happens? Does it get ground down smaller and then loaded onto the ship? And then where does the ship go? Let's come back and out so we can have a little watch of that. Look at that boss angle. There you go, a little bit more action for us there. And now we will move up this way. So I think I want to head round about there, go and have a little look around that ship over there and that building over there. I've always thought about, in fact I'll save that for when I get up there in a minute. Right, so that was good again, wasn't it? The more operations going on down at the docks. Don't know what it is, whether they're loading scrap metal, but the scrap looked like it was condensed even more so. There might not even be scrap metal, I don't know. That's what I've said from day one on the other vlogs. But that ship is called, I can see it from here, it's called the Genko Hornet. Let me spin the camera around. You can just see the blue tip of it there. If I do that and then I press, oh, that's not zoom. If I press that, there you go, there you can zoom. Don't know how well you can see that on this screen here, but it's called the Genko Hornet. So, do you know what, I might do some Googling on that and put into Google or ChatGPT now and find out what Genko Hornet is, where it comes from, where it's going, and things like that. So, as I say, you can see that I've just moved a little bit further down now. There's the S. Norton Bridge. That's what I call it anyway, the S. Norton Bridge, and we've just moved on to this little site here. Now there seems to be another ship the other side there with a couple of cranes on. Can't see if anything's going, so that's what we're going to get the drone up for. And then there's a building just behind out here as well that everyone will have seen. I don't know whether you can see that there, but it's a big massive building, and it's like I call it a sandcastle. I've called it a sandcastle since I was little, but I've always thought about, imagine like getting a skateboard. You know, when you get intrusive thoughts, every time I drive past I think, imagine just sitting on a skateboard and just rolling down the side of it. I'll show you that in a sec, but let's get the drone up now and see what's going on either side of this part of Regent Road. Oh yeah, so look, we're back at bulk powder terminals this side of it now. And this might be a little bit louder because there's a lot of traffic coming up and down the dock road, so I apologise for that. But we've actually been here. I've obviously lost track of where I've been. So bulk powder terminals, we've done that. So what I want to do then is capture behind us. So I'll spin the camera around now. Let me just get a little bit higher. Spin the camera around. And then this building here, this is the one. Let me get a little bit higher. Where I let me intrusive thoughts come in and think, imagine just sliding down the side of that on a skateboard or roller skates or something. I've thought about that ever since I was a kid, honestly. But yeah, look at that, what's that? Is that an old boat down the back there? Zoom into it. Canal longboat, doesn't it? An old canal boat. So let's take a little flight around this now. We'll be clear of everything. Let's just check. Yeah, 81 meters, got to be clear of everything here. So let's spin it round. So I can't remember what this, I can't remember. I don't know what this building's called. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. But it's always intrigued me. In fact, one day we came, and can you see that the shutters there, the bottom left of the door? Put a little marker on it, but they were open. Oh Lord, look at all them birds on the top now, they're going to be going mad. Oh Jesus Christ, they're all going to come and get me here. I'm going to have to go higher than that. Look at them all flying this way, they're all, oh God. How am I going to get over that with them birds? I'll do that in a sec anyway. But anyway, them shutters there, they were open, and the whole building was hollow, apart from like a big pile. It looked like a big pile of sand down towards the back, and I don't know what it was. So if anyone does know, let me know. Right, let's go across the top here, do you reckon, and see if we can get rid of these birds. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put in sports mode so it scares them even more. Right, let's go. So sport mode means it moves a little bit faster. Look at that there. Any of them coming to get me? None of them are coming up here, are they? You don't want the smoke. There's the signal going slightly. I'll come down a bit, I reckon, and get in the mix. Come here. Looks cool that though, doesn't it? Oh yeah, back on the front now. See what's going on here. Are they officers on the top, are they? They've got to be windows, them, surely. Or they were windows back in the day or something. They don't look like... They look like they're now panels, like the windows might have been filled in. I'm scared to get closer in case I get attacked by the birds. I'm zoomed in at 2 times there, so if I come out, that's how far away I am, really. We'll see what it looks like round the back. And then we'll probably look at calling it a day. This will be quite a long vlog, this. Is that just a car park? Nice building. Say nice building. It's an interesting building, put it that way. Right, I'm going to call it a day here, I think. So, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the vlog as much as I have. Because, as you can tell, I've probably been a little bit nerdy here and geeking out with the ships and all that. And it'll probably be, just another day to someone else who works on the docks, who sees it all the time. But yeah, that is it for this week's vlog. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, share it with your mates. Answer any questions that I've had as well for me, please. Let's get the engagement going. Share it with all your friends as well. Do all that. Help me grow. Become the next Mr. Beast. And I'll see you on the next one. See you later.